two distinctions among relatives that people who study kinship acknowledge, recognize, and find important to distinguish are between lineal relatives and collateral relatives. And though these sound like fancy terminology, they're actually quite simple. They're simple, but they're really important for anthropologists because they allow us to see distinctions between different cultural understandings of kinship. And so lineal relatives means very specifically people that are direct ascendants or descendants relative to the person that you're talking about, so relative to ego. So direct ascendants or ancestors, as according to Western society, for example, might be a mother, a father, grandfather, grandmother, great-grandfather, great-grandmother, and descendants would be child, so son, daughter, grandson, granddaughter, great-grandson, granddaughter. So simply up the tree or down the tree directly. And collateral relatives means everybody else. So this sounds really kind of common sense, which is a good clue that we should be studying this. And as long as we stick with our culture, it seems sort of obvious that why even make those distinctions? And the answer is that once we move outside of Western constructs, it's not so obvious anymore. So who counts as a lineal relative? Who counts as your direct ancestor or your direct descendant, and who is considered collateral suddenly changes around a lot. So in the example of a matrilineal society, a society where you recognize your lineage, you trace your lineage through the mother, your mother would be your lineal relative, but your father would be collateral relative. You're related to him, but you're only related to him because he's married to your lineal relative, to your ancestor, to your mother. As we move through various societies, who falls into which category might change, which is why it's important to identify these distinctions.